Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro. Hello.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
Yes, sir. That's right. This is the show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is episode 526. Today's date is Wednesday, May 6th, 2026. We're hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. If you'd like to join us throughout the show, you can hit up the Adafruit Discord server at adafruit.gg/Adafruit, and we welcome everybody there. We are hanging out there right now as we get our streams all ordered. Our streams are going good this week. We got Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch and X. So if you are any of those channels, you want to chat with us, we can bring in your question or comment into the show and talk about it. That is right. Let's see. So we'll give folks a couple moments to shout them out. If you want to drop in a hello on Discord, you can do that on the Discord. Let's start off with the free deals going on and then the coupon code. So we got 2 deals going on that are freebies. These get automatically added to your cart. If you have an order that's $99 or more, you'll get a free PCB coaster with a golden Adafruit logo. And if your order is at $199 or more, you'll get that PCB coaster plus free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. And those are the deals. While you're at the checkout, if you do want to put an order in today, please use our coupon code MAGIC. MAGIC will get you 10% off your order. This will work on all physical goods and all things that are in stock, which we have a lot of things in stock this week. So shout out to all the team for getting stuff in stock. Again, that coupon code is MAGIC because we're doing magic stuff. Okay. All right, so this week we're continuing on with progress. Pedro's got a guy he's been cooking for a week or 2 now, and it's a big one. It's a magical one. Bluetooth, we'll talk about it. I got some prototype stuff here on my desk. I got some SLA parts back from JLC PCB that we're going to stock. We booked an order, so we're going to get those in the next week or 2. I got a new component that I'm checking out here from DigiKey, and I designing some little add-ons to it, and I think it's an interesting component. We'll talk about that during the shop talk segment plus the prototyping segment. We have a Timelapse Tuesday thing from the community that we're going to take a look at. No community makes this week, but that gives us opportunity to show some of the prototypey shop talky stuff that we want to share. So yeah, I think that's going to be the scope of this week's show.
That's right, packed show as always.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. You never know how long our discussions are going to be, but
that's what makes it so packed.
Right. Yeah. We always have something to talk about. I even have this interesting little thing in the background here, my little music station that has some 3D prints, but also some CNC machine stuff that I had Send make that I can talk about if we have time for that.
Sweet.
It's a little outside of like Adafruit electronics, but it is like a 3D printing thing, and I used it on this week's project video. I made music with this little rig. So
I don't know, everything you just said, it sounded like Adafruit.
It is. Yeah, it's all Adafruit.
Yeah, Claude briefing, all of that was in there.
That's funny. Yeah.
CFC, PCB, LEDs, 3D printing.
That's all merging. All right. I don't see any chats in the Discord, but you welcome everybody if you're there. If you're just listening in.
Is hanging out. I think.
Yeah.
Spring has made everybody sprung.
Yep. Yeah.
Out. We're getting
finally warmer here up in New England, so enjoying that.
It's so weird. It's like 59 in the morning and then like 89.
Yeah, I like that. Nice cool morning.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Definitely shorts weather.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
The cold in the
yeah.
And nice and cool.
Yeah.
It was very nice for testing out the prototypes that we're working on. We are continuing with the BLE beacon listening devices. We made some ears here that are operational with some of the BLE beacons that are at all of Disney properties. So World, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Studios, probably Animal Kingdom. We added a bunch of new listening code to it. So it works with these statues, it works with the window displays, it works with the fireworks, it works with the light shows. So it all interacts all together. We have a remote control that's able to trigger all of the native Disney devices. So we've been showing off the Magic Band being affected by the remote. It also works with the wands, which is super cool. You can send it over info and it'll affect the wand. The band has vibration control. You can also code that into it. And there's a bunch of preset animations as well. And it also goes into our custom made ears, which don't have to be ears. We're pivoting over to the idea that you can have an assistive device for this. So it could be your wheelchair, your EV scooter, stroller. So you can have it be identified, or you can play along, be included with all of the interactive devices that are all over the parks. It's so cool being able to walk by things and you see the vibration motor on your band trigger, and then all of the colored animations playing through on your devices. Super magical with the BLE remote beacons that are available throughout all over. So a bunch of things that I added to the custom made. Again, doesn't have to be ears. We have solo mode, so it can go into all of the animations that you want. You double tap on it to go through them. And then we also have brightness control. So you single click, you can control the brightness on that. You double click to go to the next thing, and then triple click to go out of it. We also have battery monitoring mode as well, so you can see your battery percentage. You're saying before, the remote all works, and then not just the remote, but also their new bubble wands, which I will try not to activate the bubbles and get everything all soapy. You have the wands. These interact with all of the light shows, the fireworks shows. You can also have it beam over, color cast on.
That's so cute.
Yeah, onto the ears.
That wiping animation is so perfect.
Yeah. So it can be pairs of shoes, a backpack, the popcorn buckets. There's so many of the BLE devices that they have that interact together. So it's super cool that we're able to tap into their little ecosystem of BLE devices. So one more time, it's so cool to be able to activate these with any of their native devices. We don't have to do any hacking on the hardware. It works with all the stuff that you build. It is a QT Py ESP32S3 that's inside here. And then for the remote portion, it is a CLUE. This is the, what is it, NRF 52840? Yeah, that's in there for the Bluetooth. We have a nice little menu system, so you can go through and select your category of your animations. Not only that, but because it is a remote, it has listening mode on here as well. So you can listen into any of the new BLE hex payloads that Disney is using for any of their new shows. So you can go ahead and check out what the code they're actually sending out, so you can decode that when you get home and implement any of those new animations and colors into your device. So we were shown that off last week. Here's what that looks like when you're inside there. It listens for all the devices that are in there, and it writes to the system on your CLUE. You have a clever little way that Claude set up for writing to the system. There is instructions that are inside of the CircuitPython drive that instructs you exactly how to get into the read-only mode and how to disable the read-only mode if you want to update your files and continue to have it writable as a system file. So that's super cool. So it's pretty advanced. I've not had to do anything like that before. The other thing we have is the statue mode. So when you walk by some of the statues that they have all over property, they'll activate So they have additional like BLE beacons that have it interact as well. So here's what that looks like. Just nice little golden swirl that goes by. So every time you walk by any of those BLE beacon activators, it'll go off. And then we have also Lamar and PT were like, oh, let's try to have this be like accessibility, so you can have a stroller find me feature. And you had this idea before we came up with it. So it's like, yeah, that is a really good idea. So here's what that looks like. Cover your eyes.
Cover your eyes.
It's like a super full brightness mode. So you can locate like your spouse or your kids, or like we were saying, EV scooter, your stroller. That's a big thing at the parks. When you park your stroller, cast members usually move it to accommodate, other strollers that are being parked. So it will never be where you parked it. So this is super useful feature to have. You can immediately locate the 50 different strollers that look exactly like yours. And what's cool is this mode will not activate, any of the bands or the wands, because it is a custom signal that you're sending out.
Okay, very good.
And not only that, it has an exclusion. So any BLE commands that are being sent out, so if you're parked by a statue, it won't cover it. It won't override it. It'll keep the find me feature going. It won't override. Because as we've seen, so when we were in there getting the listening data and then trying to shoot video of like the color casting mode, when you're by statues, it oversaturates that entire area with the BLE commands for your bands to activate when you go by the statues, that it was preventing the wands from working with the ears. So we were able to figure out what those are and then sort of filter those out so they still work. So we have some nice exclusions for that. We have some definitions for the way that the commands are activating and the colors and the animations that they're using. So super handy to be able to capture that code and then decode it and then update your projects appropriately. Not only that, because it is a remote, you have the ability to also control the brightness from there. So not only from the back button here, which we'll take a look at, you have all the controls there. You also have them here. So 3 different modes for, bright, medium, and the dimmer. And this is all, to help you save on battery, which it's mounted in the back of the ear here. The design for this one worked out. This is the Wakanda ears, and I like the backs here helped to hide the 1200 milliamp hour battery. That is just, we have a little slice in the ear, and then it's just stuffed in there to accommodate that. It's wired through the top part of there, and then housed in this new custom little QT Pie with a BFF LiPo case. And the way that looks like is, let me open this up. We open this up, we have here just a little snap fit together enclosure. We have the little extender for the slide switch, so we have access to that. The little guy just pops off, so you can put that in. If I take this out, you can see that we have a little Ninja Flex holder here that attaches to the band, and it's just printed with a TPU.
Okay.
And we have slots on there on each side, so it doesn't matter if you attach to the left or the right. If you're like left-handed, obviously, for you, probably added the other side, so you can easily access that. And without trying to pop that out, I'll show you what the TPU little attachment looks like. Super simple. It just slots into those little channels there. So you can attach that, and it's sized to the headband for that. This is editable. We have the Fusion file, so you can just edit the dimension, the sketch dimension, so you can increase the length of this if you need. And then these are sized for that. We have nice little, not a cutout, but like a little, where it's like one layer. No, it's one layer thin, so you can see when it's charging. So the LED shines through this case. You can kind of see here how that thin that is. And we have them on 3 sides, so the top and then the 2 sides, so the LED will shine through. So when you're charging, you could see the LED. The built-in button for this right here. So we have the boot button that's being used or utilized as the action button. So single click to affect your brightness, double click to switch your loop, and then triple click to exit that. So that's what that looks like. And then on the QT Py side, updated case. So before, for the QT Py cases, we had the touchpad exposed. Sorry, the Clue. So the Clue case that we had before, we had the touchpad completely exposed. Not needed for this one since the 2 buttons are enough to activate the UI for this. So again, just a snap fit part, pops off like that, and we have a nice little tray here that helps prevent it from going all the way down. So we have space for the LiPo battery here. And then this little cover here holds the LiPo in so it does not wiggle around, since we are using the accelerometer shake to activate the random mode.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we have a nice little...
Love a battery retainer.
Yep, nice little retainer there. So it keeps it all nice and stable inside there. The 500 milliamp hour battery lasts like a day and a half, because we have aggressive sleep mode on here. Every 30 seconds, it goes into a nice little light sleep. So we're able to get excellent battery life out of there, since it's just a remote. The ears last about 3 hours. If it's constantly going, it would last longer if you have the sleep mode in here. And again, do the 2, 3 to go out of that mode. I can get the there you go. It's using the debouncer, so it's counting how many the ticks for how many times you're pushing the button, and that helps with the battery life as well. What else can I talk about this? Super fun to walk through the parts, see the fireworks activating all the different colors. Super fun for the case design and all that as well. Overall, like, just super super cool that you're able to go in and have interactions with the location of things. I think the last time we did something like that, you did the GPS one, Noah. With
it was kind of like a tour guide that would let you know when you arrived at a specific location using longitude and latitude, and it was all like kind of locally added to the code, so that when you arrived at the spot, it would tell you a little bit about the location, the landmark. It could play music, a custom audio file, basically. So it's like your own, making it like a custom tour guide, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so that was the last time we did location-based thing.
Yeah, and I like how the location-based aspect is maintained here, with just being triggered by the BLE beacons that they have literally all over the park. They're even adding more that I didn't even know, like around beyond just the statues, like in some of the topiaries, we were seeing the lights activate, and it's super cool to watch those. And then the wand, and then you get the vibration on your magic band as well. So it's cool to have all that interactivity, especially with the kids seeing it all. And we will have this out next week. The guide and the files, like you were saying, this could work with anything that you build. My original idea was like making shoes out of this, but I thought it'd be more appropriate and easier to just make ears.
Wear like a headgear, a hat. Backpack. Backpacks are a big one too. That's a lot.
That's actually what gave us the idea. Somebody had made a custom backpack, and it was interacting with all of the Epcot Spaceship Earth lights.
Right.
Like, that dude was able to figure it out. The code out there. We're able to listen and then decode. And that's the other cool aspect of this too, is that we're taking the BLE beacon payload code and then translating it into CircuitPython, and then adding all these fancy animations to it. So the swirls, the fading, the pulses, and then the stereo effect where it's going from one ear to the other. Those aren't on the bands or the wands, but we're able to implement that with the NeoPixels. So that's super cool to take something and then build on top of that.
Yeah, very cool. Let's see. So the Clue is in stock. So if folks want to pick that up, it is in stock. We got about 30 of them in stock right now. And if you use our coupon code, you'll get 10% off your order, which is a good deal. So check it out. Use coupon code MAGIC, and you can get your Clue for 10% off. Very nice to see it back in stock there. We also have, no, we don't. We don't have this in stock. My bad. I was going to say the BFF battery for the QT Py.
Oh, yeah.
BFF LiPo, if I could spell. That is in stock as well.
Yes.
So if you want to get your QT Py in a little portable project, you can do that with this.
Yeah, at the very least, use the case to use with the QT Py. I am using the socket and the headers, the short socket and headers for this. Okay. So it should accommodate, if you don't use any headers at all, it should still accommodate the QT Py with a BFF.
Very good. All right. And those are in stock now as well. Cool.
I prefer the socket headers since you can take those apart. It's going to be handy for me. I have the Rev A version of the BFF. See if there's any difference in the Rev C. Any adjustments. The Rev C has the breakout for the slide switch. So if you want to route that slide switch out to a different area in your project, you can do that very easily.
Very cool. All right, and that we'll talk more about it next week when you release the guide. We'll walk through the guide, walk through the code, and yeah, we'll see how folks use it. Cool. All right, are you ready for prototype?
Continuing on with the prototype.
All right, this week we have some SLA parts back from JLC-PCB, the place where we like to get our SLA prints. So we got our QT Py with our screw block terminal. Let me do a quick, not so quick. There it is. We got that. There you go. So now it's in focus. Yeah, so we got the QT Py. Lamar thought it'd be a good idea to make a case for it, and so did Brent. So I went to designing a 3D printed case. We have the 3MF files ready to print, available in Brent's guide, but we also wanted to send the files off to JLC-PCB to get them printed in SLA resin so that we can stock them in the shop. So the idea is you got the bottom cover here, and this just fits over here. The PCB gets fitted in there, and then you have a couple of pegs that that feed into the 4 mounting holes. And then we have these cutouts on the side so that folks can still use the screw block terminals here. So the top cover has some slots here that expose the screw holes. Let me orient that in the right way. So it goes like this. I'm trying to make sure I'm in frame here. And then this just snap fits in there. So you have access to the Stemma QT port right there. You have access to the second set of header pins there. And then, of course, you have access to the screws here. You got the pins are visible here as well, and you have a little bit of a area that kind of covers it here so it doesn't move too much. And then you have these little areas here to allow you to pop it open with your thumbs, so you can still pop it open like this, and then that opens up like that. It should work with just about all of the QT Pys. So here I have the RP2040, but also works with the ESP32 based QT Pys, and it should also work with Zhao boards as well, which has the same format. We have these 2 mounting holes here where you can use to attach it to another surface, or you can use it to attach another component, or you can use these magnetic feet with hex nuts. We have these M3 sized neodymium magnets. If you want to like add this to the bottom, you would just add it there and then secure it with this nut, and then you can attach this whole thing to a metallic surface. Let's see, what else do we got here? Yep, ability to add a Stemma QT breakout. You could also use these. These actually double up as a mounting slots for an additional sensor breakout, a Stemma QT sensor breakout. So you can mount it directly to the top cover here if you want. Yeah, a little chunky, but you know, it's a bit of a chunky thing. But yeah, that's that is they came back, and this is the LDO 6060 type resin. Works pretty well. It diffuses the light pretty good as well. I think I have a thing here. I think I have some demo code here. So if you're using your onboard NeoPixel on the QT Py, it should light up pretty good there. So there it is, lighting up and doing a little rainbow fade or color cycle, a slow gradual color cycle, just to see that illuminates pretty dang nicely. There you can even see it kind of shining some light there on the table. But yeah, this will be in stock in the next couple of weeks or so. And if folks like it, it'll be available in the next coming weeks. Yeah, those are like a real hot spot there. We also have the CAD files available to download and modify. So if you want to use your own CAD package, you could your software, you could change it to design if you like to add to it or remove features. People like to do that. So we have those CAD files available via Brent's guide, which I could pull up if folks aren't familiar with it real quick. Over here, go to Adafruit Learn. Sorry, a new keyboard. Here we go. It's right here and the no code seedling frost alert device with Adafruit IO and Whippersnapper. You can download the CAD files here, 3D printing. Here they are, and of course the CAD source, which includes a 3D model of the QT Py and the QT Py terminal, screw block, BFF 5000. So those are all there for folks. So check them out. All right, so that is what I'm kind of am I still prototyping? Yeah, I think so. All right, so there's that. We got a case. So this is a rotary encoder that I was not familiar with, but I somehow stumbled upon it on DigiKey's website, just looking through different various rotary encoders. This is called a ring type rotary encoder that basically has a ring here, and you move this, and that acts as the shaft of the rotary encoder. It's mainly used in automotive devices. So if you ever have like a car stereo and you have like a giant knob with a button in the center, it's most likely something like this. I'll pull up the website in a second, but it has the same pinouts as a normal rotary encoder. So you have these three, you have a ground, an A and a B, and then these lugs just kind of secure to a PCB. But what I thought would be cool is if you could put a NeoPixel light in here, rotate to change the NeoPixel brightness or something, but also have a this is a Cherry MX button. So I got thinking, like, what if we combine a Cherry MX button switch with this ring type rotary encoder? And I kind of came up with this little thing here. So I have a little 3D printed kind of PCB-esque type holder here with a cutout here for a Cherry MX switch. So the idea here is that you can pop this in to the center, and then with a reverse mount NeoPixel that would be mounted to the actual PCB and some Kale sockets, you could have an illuminating button that you can press and then rotate here to make this interesting kind of controller, whether you want to control like volume or a project, or maybe as a game controller would be interesting too. That is kind of what I'm working on. And then I just finished printing a little thing on top here. So the way you would mount a cover for the outside ring of the rotary encoder is that there are these little channels here. And what I came up with is this little kind of 3-prong approach where it has these little snap fit things. And you can line it up with the groove here. Let me see if that's lined up right. Yeah. And then it should just snap in. I think I need to pull the print off the printer because it's not quite. Is it on there? There it is. So yeah, so this would rotate like that. This would illuminate. And of course you could press the button down there. And you get some nice travel there. And it's a nice tactical feel. And yeah, that's kind of what we're working on. So I'm actually collaborating with Liz Clark, of course. She has created a footprint and she's using this as an opportunity to learn KiCad or KiCad rather. So she's using KiCad to create a custom breakout. We're thinking we'll also do like maybe a seesaw with the Stemma QT plug, so that you can connect this via Stemma QT using the seesaw firmware. So that's kind of what we got cooking there. It's an interesting component. And let me just share, folks, my web over here. This is the DigiKey website. You can purchase these. They're a little expensive, but not more than like a ANO rotary encoder kind of thing. So it's about $5-6 for the rotary encoder. It's kind of big. You get a nice data sheet, and also the manufacturer Alps Pine has a 3D model of it, which I was able to use. They give you a nice step file, so you get a lot of stuff here. I think there's also an easy DA footprint, so you can convert that into whatever routing software you want, whether it's KiCad or Easy DA, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, we picked up a couple of these. They seem to be in stock, so it's a pretty cool rotary encoder. So we'll see how far we get with it. Just kind of playing around. You get all the data here if you want. I could drop a link in the Discord if folks want to take a look at it. But yeah, I think it'd be an interesting component to make a breakout for, and we'll see what we come up with next. But so far we have, oh man, come on, there we go. We have a nice little test thing. Also wired it up too. I don't have it right here, but Liz wired it up just to like make sure that we got the pinouts right and stuff. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe in the coming weeks, we'll see what's going on there. Good opportunity to learn some new CAD software too. Yeah, pretty cool. So that is what prototyping. We got some time, so why not talk about sort of a personal / behind the scenes project. So I'm a really big fan of my latest MIDI controller. This is the TempoPad C16 from Sonito. It's your standard 4x4 rubber elastomer pads, and you have a bunch of controls here. It's a MIDI controller. It also works with Bluetooth. It's USB-C. It's from a company called Sonito, which is fairly new, making audio gear. But I needed a way to kind of make a base, a stand for it. So I came up with this stand here that uses a combination of 3D printed parts and CNC milled stuff that I got machined by a company called Send Cut Send. Really nice company. It's based in the US. If you ever need a metal part that's CNC'd or water jet cut, you can send it to them, and they send it within a week, which is really nice. And the prices are pretty fair, especially compared to like JLC PCB. So what I wanted
whole thing is CNC?
Just here, I'll show it to you. Let me take off the iPad.
I didn't realize it was that.
Yeah, so this is tripod right here, and then the idea is that these two brackets here are CNC'd out of aluminum, but you can pick what kind of material you want, whether you want steel or aluminum, and they have different types of aluminum. They can also do anodizing. I think they use a water jet to cut it. They also they can do threaded inserts. They could do countersunk stuff as well. And it's priced really nice. So these two here are CNC machined because I really needed this area here to be like super duper strong. Because if you were to print this in PET-G or ABS, it'd be way too flexible. Look, I can't bend it. I can bend it a little bit, but this is aluminum, man. This is strong. So what I want is to change this back plate here to be. So I just submitted an order. It only cost me $50 because I'm trying the anodizing and the countersinking, so that adds to the cost. But I think it would have cost like $20 if I didn't do that service. So the idea here is that you have these little lips here that will kind of hold your device down like this. And now you have that, and then you have a tripod quick release plate on the bottom there. So this whole thing can be mounted to any type of tripod that has a quick release plate. And then the latest edition, what I did this week was I created this iPad holder because although, you know, it is Bluetooth and your iPad could be somewhere else, your desktop could be somewhere else, I thought it'd be really nice to actually have this all as a one thing. So I have this custom like holder here for my iPad, which comes in like that. It's kind of hard to hold everything together because it starts getting a little bit heavy. But the idea is that this slots in like that, and now you have your iPad there. Let me open that. So now I have Logic there, so I can directly, you know, start making music off the desk in a different area because I have the tripod here. So it could be standing, which is nice for performances when you're, you know, collaborating with like a guitarist or something. It works really well. So a combination of 3D printing and CNC stuff to make your own little like mobile music station. That I think is pretty cool. So that's a fun project. I did something similar to my other MIDI controller, but this one's like a Bluetooth wireless MIDI controller, so that's why I got this one as an upgrade. And I just was able to reuse these brackets, but just printed different kind of side panels because this unit is this device is a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. But yeah, pretty cool. It's all designed in Fusion. Yeah, I think that's about all I got for it.
Super cool.
Yep. So if folks ever want a good CNC place, check out Send Cut Send. I think a lot of folks know about it, but yeah, they're doing really good stuff and pretty quick turnaround. Pretty good price.
Send Cut Send?
Send Cut Send. Because you send your file, they cut it, and they send it back. Yeah, sendcutsend.com is the website, and I can pull it up here if folks want to see it.
Yeah, because you said it all as one word.
Send, cut, send. Yeah, look at that. Custom parts delivered in as little as 2 days. So they do bending as well. They can do folding, the CNC, of course, powder coating. A lot of companies actually use them. They make a lot of jigs and stuff, and I guess you can do ABS as well. But yeah, let me see if I can log in real quick and show you a couple of things that I've had machined. A couple experiments for my overhead rig. I had this piece here is a camera adapter. It's like a bent. They do bending too. But there's the back plate. You can send them a step file or a DXF, and they really nice website too. For you know, they guide you through. They have guidelines as well, design guidelines and stuff for making. You know, you got to have like specific lines for doing bends, and then you can specify how thick you want your material, how much of a radius your bend should have, all that good stuff.
How is the bend angle set up?
Yeah, so here's what it looks like as a bend. It's just like kind of an L bracket with this 1/4-20 tripod slot, and I forget somewhere in here. Yeah, flat bends. There you can see how it flattened it out, and that was a fun one. This is a good one. So that's cool. There's a banana for size. It's fun. This is good stuff. Here's the bracket that I was showing you guys. This is what it looks like. It was just a DXF. Nothing fancy about it. At the time, they didn't have countersinking yet, but if they did, I would have got these holes countersunk, which means that you can recess your screws. So it's really nice. You could also have them threaded if you want like threads built into it. A little bit extra cost, but not too bad. Let me see what it cost me here. For these two, it was $22 each. So the whole order was $30. And that was a really good price. This one, though, because it has the countersunk holes and deburring, it's going to cost $44. Not too bad, but I want to try it out. I also got these right here. These actually didn't end up working out for what I wanted to do. It was like this weird kind of multi-folded thing. It just didn't end up working. I needed to like rework the design. I think I was trying to replace the 3D printed brackets for my overhead rig that uses 2020 aluminum, or yeah, 2020 aluminum extrusions. It didn't end up working, but It
Like
is. It was
sizing-wise?
It is. What is it? What up?
The sizing or the angle?
It
didn't
just like the design didn't work. Like
No.
it just didn't work out.
Mm.
Yeah, I I kind of forget why. It just the design wasn't like sturdy enough, and maybe I'll revisit it. But I was just trying to be a little clever on how to fold this bracket so that it would basically make like a crossbar for the lumen extrusion, because that's how the overhead rig works. But it just didn't work out. But you know, it's just prototyping, right? So yep. So I'll get this back in about a week, and it says estimated ship date will be May 9th. So maybe next week I'll talk about it, and folks can see some machine stuff. It's not just about 3D printing. It's a combination of both, right? Different mediums. Cool.
Yep, still design.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Giving some shout outs to folks in the Discord. We got Duester saying hello, and Love the Factory saying awesome. Needs a translucent knob for NeoPixel ring diffuser. Yeah, that would be really cool. I think for the rotary encoder, right? Yeah, this guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Oh, that part. They don't
Yeah.
have that, do they?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, there's no like pre-made parts that would like go over this, but I'm thinking that's like what, you know, the speaker knob on car stereos and car entertainment systems use, these big honking knobs. They do have different diameters, inner diameters, and also different profile thicknesses or heights for the actual ring part. There's some really slim ones, there's some really tall ones. So I figured I'd pick the nice long one to go with. And you also think about, I'm seeing folks have these little round screens, and I think they're using this rotary encoder because what you can do is you can pass wires through here, right? So that's how you can have a screen mounted on top, and then you could rotate around here, almost like the dial from the Nest, but like a smaller version of that.
I was gonna
You
say,
can imagine like a little display here, and you're just like rotating around it.
does that fit our little round display?
I need to look at it. We do have like a 1 or a 2-inch round display. We could take a look at that now if we wanted to. Let's take a look. Is it round?
Is it 2.1? That's the smallest.
Is it 2.1? It might be. We also have a 1.28. This guy. It is an high display. That might work.
That might be the smallest one.
I don't
Although
know
what I'm looking at is,
do I have one? Yeah, you want to pick this one and not the TTL one, the RGB TTL stuff.
That's what I'm looking at.
These these are a little weird, right? Like you can't run movies on them. It's really hard to do GIFs and stuff because it's very different chipset.
You need the Qualia board for it,
right? And you need the Qualia board. We have a couple projects with it, but yeah,
the port makes it big.
Yeah, so this might be
that one.
Imagine rotating the eye, looking at you. And
yeah. No, what I'm looking at is the actual mounting for it because of where the PCB is, and then the actual shape of it. It's not an actual circle. It's that tier shape.
Yep, that is always a problem.
So this one worked. Yeah, even with the TTL ones.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's because of this. You can see all the pins that are broken out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I do think, was it Zhao or one of those companies, Seed Studio, I think, sells one where it's like just the bare round display.
Yeah, we need an actual round
display. Or you could like, you know, imagine taking the display off the PCB and then routing the ribbon cable through here. Maybe that's a good solution. I don't know. So just ideas. Okay, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it's still that shape, even if you take
the board itself, isn't fully round.
Itself. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Just some ideas. think we actually have. I think it's from M5. Yeah, this guy kind of does that already.
Oh crap, you're right.
Yeah, but
Looks like a nice there.
you know, it's an all molded for you already. So if you want to do that, mine's more like it's smaller. It's got a button in the center instead of a touch screen. So it's still a little bit different. And plus, it's like more of a learning exercise of using KiCad and making a breakout that is a Stemma QT-able so that it's like mountable in a different thing. This is like an all-in-one thing, which I don't think I've seen many people use it, but yeah. So yeah, just trying to think of different input devices because I know we have this rotary encoder, which is cool, but like there's no light inside of it and yada yada. Yeah, so different things, different components. Cool. All right. So that filled up the the segment. So yeah, again, if folks want to pick up anything in the Adafruit shop, NeoPixels, batteries, BFFs, feathers, clues, use our coupon code MAGIC. That'll get you 10% off your order. The coupon expires in 24 hours. So you got until then, until tomorrow. Cool. Are we ready for Timelapse Tuesday?
Let's check out this community make for Timelapse Tuesday. It's the Tintin Rocket.
Tintin, like the cartoon?
Yep.
Yep.
Is it Rin Tintin?
Rin Tintin? I'm not sure. I think it's just Tintin.
Where did I get Rin from?
I don't know. It just sounds rolls off the tongue. Rin Tintin.
So this
you want me to
is
put the video up?
Yeah. This is not AMS. It all prints with one nozzle.
Very nice. Okay.
And then just glued together. This is, of course, continuation of the space theme from Artemis. This not from Artemis. Just space themed.
This is like your 50s, 1950s style design rocket.
Super cool. We're using the glow-in-the-dark filament here, which I did not show off. It is the blue color.
Okay, let's take a look at it here.
Super careful when printing for your kids. The tip is nice and pointy, so I need to shave that down.
Shave that down. Okay.
But yeah, classic old school rocket design with the little feet on the bottom here. This little cavity on the bottom, and everything is glued together. No AMS, so everything snap fits with glue to create this cool checkerboard design.
That'd make a great pen. Like if you bored a hole, you could use one of these gel pens.
Yeah.
And it would like have the little. That would be a good little remake for that. Just some ideas for folks.
It's a good idea.
Or scale it up, make it lamp.
For NASA or any of the museums that have rockets. They should have rockets.
Look at that. Look at that. It's a perfect pen. That's fun.
Maybe they do. I haven't gone into the gift shop yet for Kennedy Space Center.
Is Dulo 3D is the user who uploaded the design. It says another Tintin Rocket, you might say. I had started printing Booth's excellent model, but sometimes post-processing is needed for all the parts to fit well together. So I had fun modeling the rocket from the original drawings of the comic book Destination Moon, and the result satisfies me enough. So I'm sharing it, even if it resembles different models already available. It's a 15 centimeter high, scale up to 42%. Ooh, that's big. No supports needed, just some glue to assemble the rocket body and the white parts to the fuselage. I think I said that right. And I have numbered each section of the rocket for simplicity, 1 to 5. Did you find that interesting? Yep. The assembly has these little numbers.
That was a really good way to do that.
Yeah, it is a good way. So there's imprinted numbers. This is clever. I did this once where I added labels to these brackets for creating an RGB LED matrix cube. It had similar markings because you had to attach them a certain way. So that's a really good design tip there, is to kind of imprint labels into your parts to make the assembly match 1-to-1, you could say. Very cool. I don't see any makes of it, but yeah, look, here's Tintin. Looking all Tintin-y. And yeah, this is a very iconic rocket, the Tintin rocket.
Jaguar design, super cool. And yeah, I wanted to avoid the AMS just in case, for time, first of all.
Right.
This looked like what?
This looks fun. Like I have like I kind of want to make that pin now, just because it's like such a not easy, but it's like a kind of a
hole in it. And
you'd be like, I can make that in 10 minutes or something. You know, it's kind of cool. Yeah, rockets, man. Cool. All right, and then we have one. I think we have one community make that just got added here. Somebody just submitted it, I think, literally during the show. So let me pull it up. So this is the lampshade that we released. It's a geodesic lampshade. This was when we, I think we got the Ultimaker S5, and it was one of the first ones that had like the dual extrusion capabilities. So I thought it'd be cool to make a lampshade that has like this wireframe dome and then this internal clear translucent diffuser for the lampshade part. So Brian S just posted this up. Says great design, easy printing, beautiful results. I had standing lamp with the exact configuration without the internal shade nuts. And the lamp shades, I designed my own nuts, grin, and printed your shades in 2-color, blue, green, PLA, and then 2-toned with a light brown to complement my brown lamp posts. Cool. I did have a couple printing blowouts and fixing them. One problem area, I'm working inserts in a lithopane. Oh, so you can add lithopane to it.
To point out, yeah.
Very cool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's 2 different sizes, and you can kind of change up the colors. Yeah, and this was printed on the Flash Forward Adventure 5M, which I haven't heard of. Yep. So interesting geometric thing. Yeah, I haven't printed this since we released the design back in like 2018 or something.
Yeah. We kept that lamp around for a while.
What's that?
So we had the lamp around for a while with the shade on.
Yeah. And you know, it's an LED bulb, guys. I've seen people warning that your lamp
melting
will burn down your house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, you just make sure it's a 5-volt, 5-watt, something watt. Very low powered, you know, lamp. Oops. So shout out to Brian S for posting that up. That's awesome to see folks remixing design and adding their own twist to it. All right, and that is all the community makes this week. Shout out to everybody making stuff and posting about it. All right, I think that's going to do it for the show. Unless you got anything else, Pedro? I don't see anything in any of the other chats. All right, I'm going to close down the show, folks. So last week, Show and Tell was hosted by Liz Clark. Shout out to Liz for holding it up for the past couple of weeks. This week, we're not sure yet who, but we'll definitely try to do Show and Tell tonight. So come on by 7:30 p.m. A little bit before 7:30 p.m., we'll drop a StreamYard link in the Adafruit Discord server so folks can share their projects in the community. Last week, we had a couple folks. It was really nice to see. Tomorrow is Thursday, where you can watch John Park's workshop live streaming at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. On Fridays, we have a deep dive with Scott at 2 p.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Eastern. And then on Mondays, we have the CircuitPython weekly meeting that happened at 2 p.m. live on Discord. And then on Tuesdays, we have 2 shows on Tuesday, 2 for 2. We kick it off with Tim, Foamy Guy, doing his deep dives at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, we got JP's Product Pick of the Week. We can get some crazy deals. Yesterday was the Screwblock Terminal. We sold like 100 of them. and they were like 50% off. And like we sold through all of them before the show ended, which was awesome. Thanks for everybody watching. But yeah, Tuesdays, it's a huge hit. We love it. Also, CircuitPython show is back as well for a new season, hosted by Paul Cutler. Shout out to Paul Cutler for still doing it up. The CircuitPython show podcast. Get subscribed to that on your favorite podcast network. We need more podcasts with CircuitPython for sure. And then, of course, we got our show, 3D Hangouts, every Wednesday.
It used to be on Thursday.
It used to be Thursday. A long time ago, it was on Thursday. Yeah, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Cool. Where is my knob file? It is not out yet. I haven't released it yet, but
it's still in prototyping.
It's still in prototype mode, yeah. But I'll release it and talk more about it next week. Maybe I'll have the file ready for folks. You can check out the DigiKey link that I have. Did I post it up there? Yeah, it's right there. Excellent. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week with a new project. But until then, remember to make a
great
day. Bye, folks. Make the rocket go. Bye, everybody.